Inflation and deflation. So, first of all, I'm going to set my phone sideways. I'm going to have to turn this down just a little bit. And actually, let me go to Pandora. But inflation and deflation, normally that term would be used for a balloon or something, you're inflating a tire on your bike. But just like the word party, these public servants that don't know how to actually serve the public, um, you know, obviously they came up with another way to use the word inflation. So inflation does not mean balloon. And inflation. So there's a government issued note of currency. The $100 bill, the $1 bill, $2 bill, $5 bill, $20 bill, $50 bill. They wanted to make a $500 bill at one point. I'm not sure if they followed through with that. But anyways, those are the ones everyone is familiar with. They have those government issued notes of currency that they send out and everyone accepts, or I guess is, accepting of this as an exchange, a form of exchange for whatever it is that they're providing, whatever product they have. So inflation, how does it occur? And deflation, what does that mean? Inflation occurs, the way they calculate it out is there's an amount of money, amount of what they call money, there's an amount of government issued notes that are amongst the population. And now in 2026, the government issued notes can be just in a pixel form on the computer, on the internet, on your any sort of device, memory storage device. There's pixels on the screen that represent this government issued note of currency. There's an amount that is distributed amongst, or developed and distributed amongst the population, and there's also an available amount of product. The product has value to it, and based on the product availability, what is around, valuable product, less valuable product, whatever. There's product availability compared to amount of government issued notes. We're not talking about anything else other than their form of currency, which is government issued notes of currency, and the pixels on a screen. Now, the government issued notes used to be based on the gold standard. This is a new thing for everybody, pretty much. In 1945, World War II ended, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was elected 4 times, the only USA president to be elected 4 times, forced everyone who has gold, which is the only legal currency in the USA, gold and silver. All the gold was found here in California, where I live. Placerville, California, is where what started the gold rush. And the gold rush is what allowed the Industrial Revolution to occur. And the Industrial Revolution allowed for the technology revolution to occur. And not just here in the USA, but this allowed things to occur across the entire planet. The entire planet is enduring wealth, industry, technology, all because of the city that I'm in, Placerville, California. Gold was found in a stream where they were going to be putting water mills. Okay? In 1945, after World War II, FDR forced everybody who has gold to send the entire amount of gold to the location that they said to send it to, which is known as Fort Knox. All the gold was forcibly sent there. If you do not send this... Fuck. Hold up. God damn it. It was forcibly sent there. If you do not send the gold to Fort Knox, you'll be arrested. You'll be arrested is what they call it. You'll be forced into a fucking Nazi fucking cage. All right. If you don't send 100% of the fucking gold that you fucking have in your fucking possession right fucking now, then you're going to be forced into a motherfucking cage. All right. So everyone said, all right, FDR, we'll send you the fucking gold that we found. God damn, calm down, you know? And in exchange, they got, so they send the gold to Fort Knox, and what got sent back out to the population is this imagination. Use your imagination, you guys. I know it's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper, but this piece of paper represents what you sent out to Fort Knox. It's just a piece of paper, so go ahead and use your imagination. I know. It's just like a Monopoly fucking piece of fucking paper, fun coupon fucking piece of paper. You know, but we're gonna use our imagination here. So from 1945 all the way to 1970s, so about 30 years, give or take. Once it got to 1970s, Nancy, you know about this. Nancy Pelosi, you know about this. It got to the 1970s. They took the imagination that they're saying, just use your imagination. This piece of paper, I know it's just a piece of paper, but it represents what you sent to Fort Knox. Well, now in 1970s, it's not even based on what's sitting in Fort Knox. They removed it from the gold standard. I think it was 1976. I'm not sure, but they removed it from the gold standard that year, I believe. And that's the part that the exact date, I'm not sure. But I can assure you that imagination piece of paper that they forced upon the population, which is not even a legal currency, it's not based on anything anymore. It's not based on the gold standard. It's based on what I'm telling you, which is the amount of product that is available amongst the population compared to the amount of government issued notes that they've sent out. The imagination paper, the imagination pictures on a screen, that's all that's sent out. And I'm not talking about NFT, and I'm not talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about the government's currency. The government's currency is based on product availability and the amount of product that's available compared to the amount of government issued notes that they've sent out amongst the population. All right, or developed, however you want to word that, sent out, developed. They do a little bit of both. Now, what is deflation? So if you have inflation, that means you have a whole bunch of government issued notes and you don't have very much product. So you got inflation because a whole bunch of motherfuckers just have a whole bunch of these fucking government issued notes, but there's only a little bit of product available, so it's not really gonna do much for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's got a bunch of motherfucking money, so everyone's gonna have this little back and forth of, well, who gets what? Well, someone that has the most money is gonna go, well, I got the most money, so you know, I'm willing to pay whatever the fuck X amount of dollars for this. Okay, that's deflation. You have a bunch of motherfucking notes available and not very much product available. So invention and innovation is very important. And right now, invention and innovation is shunned in the USA. You don't know, there's no Tesla out here, there's no Thomas Edison, no Nikola Tesla, I'm talking about, not the company, but there's no Nikola Tesla, there's no Thomas Edison, there's no anybody doing anything, you know. There's just improvement products also. The oven, which is what Benjamin Franklin invented, is still being produced, but it's not someone's new innovation, invention. It's improvement products. That's pretty much what all people do now is, well, the refrigerator has been invented and they know how to make it more efficient. Here, the oven is invented. They know how to make it more efficient. The water heater's invented, the washer and dryer's invented, dishwasher, the sink and the faucet and the running water, it's all invented, but here's a more efficient way of doing. And who knows if that's actually true, I don't know. Seems like all these fucking products just fucking suck, dude. I mean, look at this fucking lid. I can't believe this is actually, one I'm eating on. Does anyone think they've ever eaten on their fucking pot lid in the past? But here's why I don't want to use my pot lid on my fucking pot. Within this lid right here, this metal lid, it's tight enough to keep moisture in there, water, but it's not loose enough to let the water out. So there's water somehow, some way in there from, I guess, the dishwasher. I'm not sure what the fuck this is, but there's water in between this metal thing here. That metal thing is not just flush up against this piece of glass like it should be. It's screwed on and there's pressure on the around here with the hollow part. I don't know why I'm coughing. And inside the hollow part, we got our bubble of water in there, just sitting around, potentially with soap in it, dish soap. You guys, I don't know. It has a fucking hole in it. I'm not sure why it has a fucking hole in it, because pressure is heat. You know, but let's let the pressure out. Hole with no plug. And then a fucking top that stores fucking dish soap, dishwater. All right. Anyways, that's inflation, you guys, because product availability. So anytime you throw something the fuck away, that product disappears permanently. Now you go, okay, is this guy encouraging hoarders to be hoarder? Let's think for a moment. What just immediately gets thrown away? The thing that I take to the toilet, which is my body, and I fucking shit out apparently parts of my fucking body. You know what I'm saying? Shit comes out in the toilet and it disappears when I hit the flush button. I don't know why my mouth is so fucking dry. So food is an economy killer. because you're producing a product that costs a certain amount. The person is going to obtain that product and turn it into nothing. But the money stays around. The money is still here. But the product has been disappeared, either into shit or into heat, you know, and the heat has developed muscle, or you've been able to transport yourself somewhere with either your legs or your fucking arms. Okay, so food is when you have things based on this imagination currency. Motherfucker! All right. So when you have things based on this imagination currency, the ink on cotton, the pixels on a screen is not based on the gold standard. It's not based on something that is rare and therefore has value, which was gold and silver. Okay. Here's the things that I don't like about that is isn't this so weird how Beans is trying to stop me from speaking? Okay. Ah, damn. But okay. So it's based on the product availability, right? The product availability, so I can't fucking say, compared to the amount of imagination, notes, not based on something that's rare, which gold and silver is rare across the planet and the universe because it comes from supernova that have to reach a certain point. A lot of them only make it to iron, and then it blows up and goes across the universe, which is why iron is abundant. In order to get past the iron point, it requires a much larger sun. So we get stuck at iron a lot. And that's why a lot of the elements, as you keep going along the periodic table, are more and more rare to discover. Not just here on the planet, but across the universe. And that's the difference, is something that is rare will have value, whereas the imagination currency that they're forcing upon the population uh, it's not actually rare or and therefore valuable. It's only the value that they say it is, which is what I don't like about it is you're taking away the power from we, the people of the population, to decide the value of something. So, say someone discovers a gold nug, you find this gold nugget. Well, it's only worth what you're willing to trade for the gold. Okay. Well, what is a person willing to trade for this gold? Someone that, is someone that is in a location where the gold is abundant, probably not going to really want to trade gold for a piece of gold. It doesn't really make sense. But to trade a piece of gold for, I don't know, what is something that's not from the area that you need, maybe trade a piece of gold for fucking we'll say some whale jerky. Someone needs some whale jerky because that's what they used to eat in the past. Was they'd have the whales that washed up on shore were immediately chopped up with the chainsaw and salted up and took right to the snow, and they stored it in the natural environment, and then they would sell whale jerky, right? So whale jerky from someone that's in the forest is going to be a lot more rare than I guess the gold they're finding. I mean, this person that's living out on the beach there has that ability to go, I got, food is energy, and we don't want to be eating up all the deer all the fucking time. Here's something special. And whale oil is gunpowder, by the way. Whale bones are were used for structural purposes, and also things like an umbrella, corsets. Whale umbrella corsets. I'm not sure how safe you guys feel walking around in a rainstorm holding some fucking metal, or wearing a corset in a rainstorm holding with some fucking metal, or being around electricity with some fucking metal. But bone is actually stronger than metal. So bone is stronger than aluminum. Okay, so, and then the person with the gold gets to go, okay, do I want to trade, yes or no? The person with the whale jerky gets to go, do I want to trade, yes or no? Okay, for whatever amount they're offering. But what they've done now is turned it into, they're telling you what your government issued note is worth. And currently it's losing value at a rate of 4%. And it's been losing its value at a rate of 4% for about as long as it's been around. Which is why something that used to cost 25 cents now costs probably fucking $5. Things that people were getting for a nickel is now gonna cost you fucking $3.25. It's not actually the product that is becoming more expensive or more valuable. It's just the fact that the dollar that they've sent out, this imagination dollar, they call it a dollar, it's not actually a dollar. It loses its value all the time, and you have nothing that you can do about it. It's all based on them, their decision, their calculations. Okay, and this is my exact fucking point here is, what product is it that you're talking about when you say product availability? I don't really understand what you're talking about when you say, well, product availability, or just product that's around compared to the government issued notes that are around. Okay, and I've been saying this for a while. It feels like you guys are calculating this motherfucker wrong. Constantly saying that this shit's losing value. And it's a big fucking phenomenon because as the inflation occurs, something that was a nickel in the fucking past, same with candy, you go buy, probably get fucking all this fucking candy for a fucking nickel, and now it costs $50 fucking or some shit. All right, the product has not become more valuable, but at the same time, there's a wage that has to be distributed, because over time, when they announce the next set of inflation, which they do about 4 times a fucking year, every quarter, they call it a quarter, they come out with the next, here's the current inflation rate, another 4%. The companies pay attention to this and they go, okay, the inflation, it's inflated this amount, so we gotta raise our price up because it has inflated. And they adjust their price accordingly. And then they go, well, the wages are not enough. We can't afford to get we can't afford to get a fucking soda. You know what I'm saying? So can I get a pay raise? And then the company goes, okay, let me give you a pay raise. But if we give you a pay raise, then that means we're gonna have to sell some of this product for a little bit more, otherwise we can't stay open, you know what I'm saying? And the more money that the company brings in, the more taxes they owe. The more money that the worker brings in, the more taxes they owe. The more money that the CEO brings in, the more money the CEO owes. And it gets thieved. I like to use the rate of, it gets thieved at a rate of 50%. And then you have sales tax, which we can average out to about an additional 10%. And people that say they aren't paying that, I guarantee you fucking are. In some fucking form, there's an alcohol tax or some gas tax or some fucking bullshit that you're fucking paying for somewhere. So you can say you're losing your money anytime you turn it into their government issued note. You lose it at a rate of, you're losing 60% of your money. And then the 40% that you do get to keep just continues to lose its value at a rate of 4% 4 times a year. Okay? So money that's just sitting in the bank disappears into nothing. It's not doing anything for anybody. If you want to invest it in the stock market, you're risking losing it all, for one. If you want to sell off and you turn a profit, you owe an additional now 20% on anything that is profit. Okay? I don't know who the fuck wants, I can't believe it's been a flex too, but who the fuck wants these fucking government issued fucking notes? Who the fuck actually fucking wants that? To be thieved of what you're supposed to have. You get thieved 60 fucking percent and then additional 4%. And then to top it all off, they don't spend it on providing for we the people population anywhere on the planet. They do not spend it on food to be a food card. All right, if food is disappearing and your currency, your government issued currency is based on product availability, then, you know, should food be included in our overall responsibility as a population? This is my responsibility. After I turn a profit, you get the fucking, you know, after you got 60% of my motherfucking earnings as a worker, you get 60 fucking percent of my motherfucking earnings, and if not more. You know, it could be far more than even that. 100% sometimes when they give you that fucking ticket, a fucking cop ticket. Okay. What am I gonna say here? The food. That's just one thing that they should be providing for us. And here's the thing. They should have taken it upon themselves to go, let me just utilize the earnings that we require, the 60 fucking percent. Let me utilize it in a way that helps the population out. We, the people of the USA, are the USA militia. Let me go fucking help the militia. But no, you got to break it down for these snake motherfuckers and say, well, the food is killing the economy, your economy. Having your money, your government issued notes based on food and buying food is killing the fucking government issued notes because the product is disappearing and therefore causing inflation, which means it's becoming less valuable. So let's do something about that. Now, how can we fix that? We can send everyone a fucking food card, and I'm not talking about restaurant. And therefore, I'm not talking about warmed food, so not rotisserie chicken, but I'm talking about grocery fucking food can have a fucking food card. And it's going to keep it so that the dollar is actually what it's supposed to be fucking worth. Because this is your fucking currency, remember that. You get to decide the value of what this currency is. If you don't believe me, now here's the perfect time for you guys to come with me. Right outside here. Tell me what this is worth, you guys. Someone's got to break this down for me. So I'm breaking it down for you. Whoop, shit. There's a scale that I don't use. I haven't ever found a spider in my shoe, but I did find a lizard once. And it fucking ran out. But that was when I left it outside here. All right, here we go, you guys. We're gonna do a little flipperoo here. Okay. So, oh man, that's the fire department. See, they do that. I don't know if they're testing out their thing, make sure it works. Or maybe they see a deer, but you can see here. Okay, here's my hand holding this thing. Pretty large. It's an orange, an orangish quartz that looks like it's in decent shape, you know. Some quartz here. This is slate. And I believe it's slate. Here's the other ones that I found. And I want you to notice, I didn't do that. I found this naturally like this. It's halfway, it has a half cut in it, like the half dome. Now, if you're familiar with half dome, you should know where that came from. That's pretty dope, huh? Another big one here. This one's extremely large. So you already know how big my hand is. Same right here. I don't know what this one is, but it's big. Same with right here. Another boulder. These are called boulder, quartz boulders. Got a bunch of rocks right there. Some special ones. Got some right here. So these are all, it's really hard to give you perspective, but a bunch of quartz. You guys, let me take this motherfucking... Okay. Oh, this is what I've been gathering up in my yard here. These are all ones that I found, and I got them mixed in with the plants right here because the goddamn helicopters, you don't know who's flying over. It's not always a trustworthy person. Those things are only less than $1 million to buy, actually, and only a few thousand to fucking have someone fly you around in. This is one of the, this is the strongman one that I found. That's a tiny piece of quartz there, but yeah, that looks like a strongman. And then it has, that little mark is the shovel, my shovel mark on it. This one right here, you know what I'm saying? Okay, these are all boulders. I can hardly lift them up. Over there, let me show you, okay? All these, all right? I can't even show you everything, but I got all those. I got a whole fucking thing I gathered up over here. Keeping everything, see, here's a few random ones. I gotta organize these. Okay, this one's more like reddish. Like a reddish orange, whoops. I don't know. I don't know what all these are because I just don't know, wasn't ever taught rocks like that. I just know they're valuable because I started collecting them at some point. These ones are pretty cool. This one's white right here. I don't know. And then we go over here, look. Right over here, same thing, we kind of hit, well, this one I gathered up with an additional, with some help, and you can hardly see them. But from about right there, mixed in all the way to about the tree line there, there's more rocks, okay? Now we have the gravel on the ground here, which is, at the moment, I just view it as like a little safe, a safe for the future. We don't got to collect all of them, but I do wonder what's underneath the gravel here, because at one point I wanted to look, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Like I said, we'll gift the far future, just like it kind of looks like the past did for us. Because some of that stuff looks like, I don't know, is it cut in half by a person, or you think it's cut in half naturally by the ice? I'm not sure. But everything looks untouched. You go, well, Mexican was here, you guys. Mexican and a whole bunch of people were here, remember? But no, everything's just untouched. Here's some lava. I found some lava just sitting around. What else did I find? Oh, I guess there's natural asphalt too. You see this? Gathered a bunch of rocks here. Just going through stuff. I like when they're kind of like that. Like, I don't know. Oh, here it is. I think this is a natural asphalt. I guess there's natural asphalt. And marble with the some host rock, I think they call it. Know what I mean? And then sometimes, even if it's just shaped, has a little bit of shape to it, then you can do things with that. More natural asphalt. Marble with something around it. That was the other thing is, look, you see how it looks like a normal, looks like a normal rock, and then you look at it like this, and it's got the marble thing to it. So I wonder if there's more rocks that are covered like that. Looks normal when you uncover it. It's actually something else. See how sometimes it has a rock thing covering over it. Anyways, this is not imagination. This is actually something. So that's asphalt. This is what's in that stream that I was showing you guys. This one's red, reddish, or orangish. This one's kind of red. And I just like the small ones too, because you can always shine them up. These are unpolished, just naturally found. Okay, whole bunch of these motherfuckers. That right there looks small. I'm not sure if all this stuff looks small, but that's another boulder. Just a whole bunch of fucking boulders, okay? Whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? And I come over here. I still wonder what this thing is. Come over here. Wheelbarrow with some of these rocks. This is kind of what I was doing. That's where I left off, but I would like to go over and get looking at some more. Probably bring the hose over there and do something. All right, so let me go inside here now. So I believe we already looked at quartz boulders and their sizes, and size and price. Now we go to quartz boulder. Yeah. All right. We got right here. If you don't believe me, see how someone put their foot out? Giant quartz crystal cluster boulder. It's on Etsy. It's used. It says $17,100. $17,100, right? Used. I should even, let's just see where the fuck it's from. Used means, obviously it's not the first person that has had it. But, see, details. Yep, it's from California. So, and it's pretty large actually, but the thing is, it's used. It's a bunch of chips on it and everything, and you know what I mean? It's not really that clear of a thing, but I do hear that the white and the little bit of color to it has different values. I'm not sure what people are doing with it, but it's pretty large. I would say it's pretty large, but like I said, it's used. So ships from California. Doesn't say where.
She knows that it fits within her monthly budget because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past
3 years on Etsy.
Wells Fargo for that matter. Whenever you make money work, Wells Fargo.
But here's some other ones. All right, this
NA member FDIC.
781 for just a small handheld thing. 416 for a small handheld thing. And like I said, it's worth more if you leave it natural. So naturally finding it, it's just naturally worth more. Anyways, is any of that calculated into the current inflation rate? Can somebody ask Donald Trump, is that calculated into the current inflation rate? And I believe I already showed you. Okay, so that's the quartz right there. Here, now I want to show you this. This is just too funny, you guys. Oh, man. Yeah. So we got that, right? Then we got this right here. Well, what's this right here? This is quartz with gold in it. That's quartz with gold in it. This is a rock with gold in it. A rock with gold in it. Okay. Oh, and then I fucking love this one. This one's a really good example, too. How do you value this? That's just natural formation. Do you see how it almost looks like something? It almost looks like I painted it, but I didn't paint that. I didn't paint anything on it. And let me take this off. Retouch. Just tap my fucking thing here. Get here. And if you see it in person, it looks even better. I wish it would, there we go. That's a little bit. Yeah, if you saw it in person. It just looks like, kind of like a painting or something like that, but one of those things you can't really put a value on it because it almost feels like I'm making it up in my head, but I don't know. So I have that, right? Now I want to show you guys one more thing. I haven't found any clear quartz out there. It's mostly milky white to sometimes it has a little clear in it. It has that red stuff, the orange stuff. And I want you to want to show you guys this. Okay, this right here. On a host rock, they call it. This is naturally found. So that's a host rock, which I don't know what the host rock is yet. But that, see how clear that is? That, you guys, is what I believe is a diamond. You're seeing how much I sifted through so far. So I think I know what I'm talking about here. A diamond, natural found diamond, which I believe this is also a diamond and potentially an arrowhead. Diamonds are one of the hardest substances on our planet and in our universe. Diamond cannot be broken down very easily, but it can be broken down. It almost looks like a shark tooth or an arrowhead. I don't know. Okay, there's those two. This one also looks kind of like a tooth, maybe an arrowhead, but it'd be tiny, tiny. But it does look like a tooth to me. Like, you know, a dentist motherfucking saber tooth, vampire tooth maybe. If I could really fucking have a way to show you guys even better, I would, but this is about as good as I could do. Diamonds. All right, and then now let me show you the last one that I found. I mean, actually, this was the first one that I found, but I believe this also, right here, do you see how it shines like glass? Is a diamond in its natural form. This right here, you see it shaped like almost like a three-sided pyramid, or have the round top here. This one just shines differently than all the other rocks that I showed you. You see how it has that shine? See how it looks like it's wet, but it's not? Has that shine to it. Looks like it's wet. Diamonds will look like glass. They look like they're wet. And then here, let me show you guys this real quick, because I know a lot of you, well, that's not what diamond looks like. Let me show you. I know you guys just don't know anything, huh? It's crazy. Come on. Fuck. There. Come on, dude. There. That's what diamond looks like naturally. And there's different colors too. Natural yellow raw uncut diamond. Does that look like a diamond to you guys? That's what natural raw uncut diamond looks like. All right. And we could even go like this. Let me turn this down. Sometimes diamonds can be in in another rock. They call it the host rock. Where is this motherfucking video that I found? Natural 4-carat diamond. Anyways, you guys, I can't find the thing. I'll have to find it later, I guess. But that's what I believe it is. Down across America. Okay, so I'll have to find it another time and I'll do it on the next video, I guess. But I found a video of a dude holding a diamond in his hand that looks almost exactly like that right there. His looks a little bit larger, but I think he's in another state. And like I said, there's a difference between California quartz and quartz from other states. There's a difference between California gold compared to other states and California gold quartz. So you pretty much just saw all that. And I'm just wondering about inflation. Like I said, let me make sure my phone is not hot here. What does that get calculated into the inflation? The fucking product that I just now revealed to be fucking product, and I'm pretty sure you guys are all into diamonds, right? Everyone's all into motherfucking, let me put it in my motherfucking teeth. I got more money in my mouth than you make in a week. All those lines. I got more money in my mouth than you make in a year. You know what I'm saying? And so I was thinking about coming out with a book. That is how I became, what was it? I think I was going to title it, How I Became a Millionaire in 72 Hours Flat. And remember, a millionaire is not just 1 million, but you have to have multiple millions in order to be a millionaire, so 2 or more. How I became a millionaire in 72 hours flat. And then the next book I wanted to title, How I Became a Billionaire in the following 24 hours, or something like that. Of course, I didn't find everything in 3 fucking days. But if you add up the amount of time that I spent searching, or well, not searching, but gathering those rocks, all the rocks up, it probably adds up to a total of, what's 72? 48. 70, no wait, what am I saying? 72, and then I think it's 90 something, huh? 96, 80, 90, yeah, 96. So 96 hours of actually, I'm already out there, not including getting dressed and showering and doing all that whatever prep and after prep work. Actually being out there and gathering it up, pulling the hand cart, putting it in its spot and all that stuff. And I think that would be not including mowing the field, not including, I would say that 72 hours is not including the additional amount that I gathered up with someone else. I had help on that little section there, but it's definitely an included part to the whole of the story. You know what I mean? Because there's just minor aspects that lead one thing to another, and that's just how things are. But yeah, so I don't know, you guys. The way I found these things, I can tell you, pretty much it's gonna take me longer than what I just told you. But I have this question because everyone seems to be struggling here. Everyone seems to be inflation, and we got to fix the economy, and everyone's so happy. When here's the other thing, the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is what? It's like 4% to, I think 10% usually is the maximum they start freaking out at, but then they get all happy. Well, only 4% of the population is now unemployed. So out of 330 million people, I'm not sure what 4% is, but 330 million, right? 330 million. And we go times 0.04. So we got 13,200,000 people that are out of work. We have an additional 17,500,000 invasion beings. But what is out of work, and how do you define out of work? And then so we go to the next thing here. Here's the next discovery. Most valuable diamond ever sold. We'll say per carat, huh? Per carat. Let's see. What's the most valuable diamond that's ever been sold? Per carat. World record price of 5.2 million per carat for the Williamson Pink Star. Sold 57.7 million at Sotheby's, Hong Kong in October 2022. It's 11.15 carats, an 11.15 carat weight, but it's been cut. Do you guys really think it's hard to cut something? And why do you want to cut something? I don't know, but I see it as just like the quartz. It's worth more as it is, depending on location. And I would say California diamonds probably worth more. So per carat, this diamond sold at 5.2 million per carat. Now, what is a carat? A carat is, how many carats in 1 gram is what I say. How many carats in 1 gram. 5 carats are in 1 gram. So if you have something that is 1 gram, you got 5 whole carats in there. So that thing was 11 point something carats now. Let's see, what was it? What was the exact weight? And we'll get it here. 11.15. So we got 11.15. 2.23 grams. Now, what do you think those ones weighed out to? I believe what it weighed out to in total was, and we'll have to double check, but 80 grams. I think I had 80 grams total. If you count all 4 of those together, 80 grams, and that's not including any of the historical potential aspects to it. And do you guys think that I went digging in the ground? I went, oh, let me go dig. They're sitting on the surface of the fucking ground. The diamonds that I found, the 4 fucking diamonds, the glass one, the one that looks like a tooth, and the one that looks like a piece of glass, I would say maybe inches. I mean, you saw how big those rocks are, so I don't know. What do you call surface? Surface level. If a rock goes like that and it's in between the rocks, and I don't know. What is surface level? Anyways, anywhere's from about that deep in the stream, so like 6-8 inches down, maybe 12 at the most, and I do not believe I found at 12 right at the fucking surface of the fucking stream. And then the largest one that I found was on my field on the surface. On the surface of the fucking ground. And you guys are saying that Mexico was from here. That this is fucking Mexico. You fucking dumb motherfuckers are trying to tell me, someone who knows about history, obviously, all the way back to the fucking Ice Age, you're trying to fucking tell me that I'm fucking wrong. Someone that found 4 fucking diamonds. Now, let me look up how many diamonds have been found in California. In California. Remember how large the state is, too. Hundreds of diamonds have been found. Around 600 total have been found in California since the mid-19th century. Mid-19th century means 1800s, so around Civil War I to now, there's been around 600 total diamonds found in California. $400 small ice-clear diamonds after the first authentic find in 1853. Placerville, El Dorado County, prospectors found over 15 diamonds in ancient river channels starting around 1849. And here's the other thing. I can't stand the fact that some fucking dumb... Remember the state that we're in? These fucking dumb motherfuckers that don't know shit about the fucking economy. And then they go out and start spewing out different words. Socialism, communism, capitalism. Socialists just are the fucking epitome of fucking retardation when it comes to the government-issued fucking notes. So someone in the 1987s... a fucking socialist fucking retard motherfucker, a Democrat, found a fucking 32.99 carat yellowish brown rough stone. They sold it for like 21,000. No, gave it to a museum. This socialist fucking dumb motherfucker gave it to a museum for $21,000. I mean, no, $21,000. for 21 fucking thousand fucking dollars. Now, I am not a fucking socialist, nor do I want their fucking government issued fucking notes, but 5.2 million per carat, okay? So we go 5.2 million per carat. That's $5,200,000. I turn my calculator sideways for this. $5,200,000, missing a zero there. Now per carat, there's 5 carats per gram. So what's 80 times 5? 80 times 5, 400. 400 carats. Now times 5,200,000. That's 2,080 million. And that's going off of a stone that's already been cut and not found in California, has nothing to do historically with anything. 2,080 million, and I don't remember the exact amount, but 80 something plus. 80 something plus, give or take. Back in the day when the worker found gold in the stream, he took it up to the foreman on the job, or the CEO, and told them, he put the nuggets in his hat, and he took it up to the guy and goes, "There's gold in the stream here, in the river." They called up the president, and the president came out to the river and confirmed, yes, there is gold out in this river, and yes, this is gold. And that's what started the gold rush. That's what started everyone, motivated everyone to move from the East Coast to the West Coast. And that's how we have a populated nation. Okay? All right. I just got to end this right here because I can always continue on, but I don't want to get copy strike for some fucking bullshit. So I'll see you guys soon.